So welcome back to the Tema project. This is the first project that I started building for a subscriber on my channel since I started. It took us 9 months to finish with the whole structure of this building, and since then the owner is busy doing the finishing parts step by step, as you can see. Like normally when I'm done with the whole structure, I don't like to shoot videos and put it on public because of privacy issues, because I do respect the owners. But this owner was like, he just want to show me how far he's going, doing his own thing, and he doesn't mind me sharing it with you. So I just want to share you how the Tema project is going so far. If you are interested and you want to know more about this project, as I said, it's called the Tema project. You go to my playlist, you will see how we started with this project, and trust me, it has all the step by step, from foundation all the way to the roofing and the coping and everything. So I just want to keep you guys updated how far we've come, with this project. As I said, in 9 months it was done. All you need is a quality team, someone who can manage your resources for you, manage your money, so that you don't get stuck during your building project. So this is just by the way. Welcome back to the channel. If it is your first time here, my name is Giggle, and this is the Hill project that we also building for one of our subscribers. And it's been 5 months since we started with this project. This has been one of the biggest projects that we are taking. I mean, when I started with this channel, which is building in Ghana and building for subscribers, but the team and the contractor and the supplier have been doing bigger projects before I met them. But I want to refer to what I'm doing on the channel because that is what I am showing. We are also building for a lot of people, like bigger houses, and trust me, the nicest houses, you don't see them on YouTube. Like the kind of houses we are building for people, because they are the owners, don't allow us to show it publicly, and I understand we have to respect their privacy. So some of these projects we don't show it on the channel, but trust me, we are doing major projects, bigger works. And sometimes I'm really surprised how people do watch my videos and the kind of projects they have, and they still watch my projects. I'm like, yeah, man. But yeah, they know what they see. They've had their own experience with other people and seeing what we are doing for people. They they know we are the right team. That's why they bring those kind of works to us. So if you study, most of the projects that I show here on the channel are more like apartments. They are more projects that are commercially, it's not residential for individuals. They are more like I apartments, and my personal project. Of course, I have to share that with you. But then the individuals project that we are building for people's own homes, we don't put them on YouTube because because for privacy issue. Like I said, the Tema project, the owner allows us to put it there because that was one of the first project ever to you know put it to start with the project. That's why I think he allow us to put it there until date. He still allows us to do it, even though I really don't want to go into the house and show those kind of stuff. We all know what is happening in Ghana with the electric, people taking the cables out. And so if you show those kind of things, people know where to go, the entrance and everything. So I really do respect those who don't want us to show their project. And yeah, so that's just by the way. Like I said, this is the Hill project, and at the moment we are at the decking stage. The carpentry work is almost done, which is the plywood. As you can see, the guys are almost done, just little touches and the small pieces, just to get everything done. And then we'll have the iron guys. The steel benders are coming. We first have to put the plastic on top of it before we put the iron rods, and then the concrete work begins. So watch out for the next episode. See how we're gonna put the iron rods in there. And I really, so far, my favorite group, on this channel are the steel benders. I really like their work, the way the teamwork, how they work together. They are really funny guys, and I really miss them on the channel actually. So I'm glad that they are coming back with this project. And because they were also working with other projects. They were working on other projects that we're building for some of our subscribers, but like I said, they're all private projects, so we don't show that here. But they are coming back, so you'll be seeing them on the screen. And maybe if it's your first time seeing this, and you're wondering why we are only working at one side and the other side there's no wood there, is because we're trying to save cost. So we divide the project into two. We're going to use the wood that we are using here. When everything is casted and it is dry, after 4 weeks, we take everything to the other side, and then we're going to do the same thing there as well, so that we save costs. The owner even wanted to go all in. The owner wanted to just do everything one time, but we are like, yeah, even if you do the whole thing, look at the concrete casting, you cannot do it in one day. You still have to do it days, because this is a very huge project. So you still need to wait. Even though if you're in a hurry, you still have to wait. So that's how we're going. Sometimes we do advise and guide our clients so that doesn't cost them so much money. So yeah, this is how it's going so far. I know for my old subscribers, they've seen this over and over and over again. So I would like to share a tip. So I've been watching, YouTube videos for the past, I think, 1 month now. Those that we used to watch on YouTube, that they are now showing their houses where you see the dampness, water coming out of the ground into their homes. And when I saw those videos, I was very sad. I was very sad to see, after you've gone through all this hustle, you have to still break down things. And it's very sad to see that. But I was also asking myself that if water is coming through the ground and going through the concrete casting, which was the overflow concrete casting, if water can go through, I understand that water can go through blocks, can go through the blocks, because most people don't use quarry sand and river sand blocks, which is what Mr. Kwete sells. The block we do sell by Mr. Kwete, we don't use normal sand. So we use river sand, quarry dust, and cement, and the ratio is good. So let's say water can just go through the blocks, which I understand. How can water go through the concrete? Like, I mean, the water is not going down, the water is climbing up. So that means there's a force from the ground which is coming up. How can water go through the concrete? And to get to that point, well, that's a question we have to ask ourselves. It's all about the concrete mixing. And also nowadays, everybody is also trying to use the plastic to cover the surface before doing the concrete. Maybe it might help, but we should also ask ourselves that the houses that Kwame Nkrumah built in Tema, those houses were there before we started building. How come those houses are not, getting those dampness? And I must also say that I'm not sure that they also use the plastic. When they were building, they didn't use the plastic that we are using now. So what has changed? Those houses are, I think, maybe 60 years old, 70, 80 years. And we are building now, and it's not even up to 20 years, and we are facing this kind of problem. It's very sad. And if you put, let's say you put a plastic on the concrete, on the surface of the foundation before casting, you are preventing the water from coming into, the ground floor, which is where you live. So what happens to the foundation? What happens to the blocks underneath the soil? Meaning they are going to get wet. There's pressure on the blocks, which is the foundation blocks. It's going to get weak and it's going to break, because it's also sand. So please, building is not just, I'll build a cheaper house for you. That's not. Of course, we can build a cheaper house for you. The house will be there, but it's not going to stay longer. So please, building starts, quality of a house starts all the way from the purchase of your blocks. The purchase of your blocks. Please know where you buy your blocks. And to me, I would advise that it is nice that we all manufacture our own blocks, which is the best thing. But please check the concrete mixture. Someone will tell you I'll use one block, or I'll use one bag of cement and to give you 100 blocks. Of course, it sounds like a nice deal, but at the end, the water will go through your blocks because the cement ratio is less. So it's full of sand. You don't have blocks, you have sand. You have a sand which is mode as block. There's no cement in there. And that is the whole thing. It's not about putting plastic or putting, no, it's all about the block. If I it's just simple. Construction is just simple. So please, you can manufacture your own blocks, but please make sure that the cement goes in, and try to use quarry dust, and try to use river sand. If it is difficult to get a river sand, you can ask Mr. Kwete. He will provide you with river sand so you can use it to manufacture your own blocks. If you need a ratio, you need advice with anything, we are here to help. We know we cannot build for everybody in Ghana. We can only build for people that, can't make the effort to come down and do their own thing. So if you want to build yourself, then please at least get someone who has knowledge, engineer. You need someone, engineer, a contractor, to at least come and supervise one or two things for you before you move to the next stage. So, this brings me to the end of today's episode. I think I've shared enough tips here for now. Thanks for staying with me till this far. I really do appreciate your time spent here on the channel, and I will see you in my next episode. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Like do it.
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the